If you're anything like me, you probably had some sort of inkling that something was off about the way you relate to others. Deep down, you felt that there were aspects of yourself that you could not fully express in relationships without causing a fight. And perhaps you thought to yourself, I am too sensitive for most people. You may have experienced moments where you felt understood, but they were few and far between, leaving you feeling isolated and misunderstood. But here's the paradox. Even though you might feel like you're struggling to find the right person, I believe that the right people are trying to come into your life all the time. They reach out to you through their interest, their energy, their smiles, their glances, their invitations, and sometimes even their tears. However, you are the one who is struggling to receive them because you are operating from a place of contraction. You're closing yourself off to love and relationships because you don't feel worthy of them. But why? Why would you do that to yourself? When we look at the term unworthy, we need to unpack what that really means. Many of us were raised to believe that we are only worthy if we perform certain actions or meet certain expectations. For example, you might think you're worthy if you're successful in your career, if you're admired by your peers, or if you achieve a certain standard of beauty. But these things are all external and temporary. They do not speak to the core of who you are. Instead, they are mere reflections of the beliefs that we hold within ourselves. Now, I want you to close your eyes and imagine a little girl standing in front of a lake. She is holding up a stone in her hand, and every time she throws the stone into the water, she observes ripples spreading outward from the point of impact. Now, ask yourself, where do you think those ripples originate? Do they start at the surface of the water, or do they start with the stone held tightly in the girl's hand? The answer is simple. The ripples start with the stone in the girl's hand. In the same way, our beliefs, whether positive or negative, create ripples that extend to every aspect of our lives, including our relationships. Most people believe that choosing the wrong partner is simply bad luck, but the truth runs much deeper. Every relationship we enter is a reflection of the thoughts and beliefs we carry inside ourselves. When those beliefs are shaped by fear, insecurity, or a sense of unworthiness, we naturally attract partners who mirror that chaos back to us. It does not happen by accident. It is a subconscious design. Let me share an example. Imagine you grow up in a household where you witnessed emotional abuse. Your parents might not have physically harmed you, but they inflicted wounds just as deep with their words. They constantly criticized and belittled you, telling you things like, you're too sensitive. You need to toughen up. As a result, you started to believe that being sensitive is a bad thing, that you're weak and unworthy of love. So when you enter adulthood, you might find yourself attracted to partners who treat you poorly, who make you feel inadequate and small. You may even find yourself seeking out arguments because they feel familiar and comfortable. It might seem as if you're cursed in love, but the truth is you are simply manifesting the beliefs that you hold about yourself. This phenomenon is scientifically proven. There was a study conducted by Dr. John Sharp at the University of Minnesota. He gathered 200 college students and divided them into two groups. One group was told that their partners had been carefully selected to be compatible with them, while the other group was told that their partners were incompatible. After 3 months, the researchers found that the couples in the incompatible group had broken up at a significantly higher rate. What does this tell us? It shows that our beliefs about our relationships have a profound impact on their outcome. We have the ability to shape our romantic experiences based on what we believe to be true. So if you feel like you keep getting it wrong in love, ask yourself, what beliefs am I holding about myself and relationships? Here are some common ones that might be blocking your true love. 1. I must struggle to be loved. Have you ever heard phrases like love is hard or relationships require a lot of work? These sayings can create a subconscious belief that love is something you have to fight for, that it's a battle rather than a celebration. This belief can lead you to ignore red flags, tolerate disrespect, or put the needs of your partner before your own. 2. Being chosen by someone else is the proof of my value. Think about it. If you believe that your worth depends on someone else's choice, then you are handing over your happiness to external factors beyond your control. You become like a leaf tossed about by the wind, blown wherever the current decides to take you. This belief can lead you to settle for relationships that do not feel right or to constantly seek validation from others. 3. Relationships are unpredictable and out of my control. When you see love as a gamble, you approach it with fear and uncertainty. You might think that there is no point in investing your emotions because everything can change in a heartbeat. This belief can lead you to avoid commitment or to sabotage relationships that have the potential to be fulfilling. 4. Love requires sacrifice. Many of us were raised to believe that sacrificing our needs and desires is the ultimate act of love. However, this belief can lead to resentment and burnout. When you constantly put someone else's needs before your own without setting healthy boundaries, you might eventually reach a breaking point. 5. I am too sensitive for most people. This belief can prevent you from expressing your true feelings and needs in relationships. You might push away from intimacy or avoid difficult conversations because you fear being labeled as too much to handle. 6. I don't deserve to be loved. This belief can be the result of past experiences such as rejection, abandonment, or unrequited love. It can lead you to self-sabotage, pushing away potential partners or settling for less than you deserve. 7. There is something wrong with me. This belief can arise from comparing yourself to others in relationships. You might feel like there is a problem with you if you remain single while all your friends are in relationships. But remember, everyone's journey is different. Your time will come when you least expect it. The first step to breaking this cycle is awareness. You cannot expect healthy love while holding on to unhealthy beliefs about yourself. Love does not arrive to fill an emptiness inside you. It arrives to expand the wholeness you have already built. And speaking of wholeness, let's talk about something I'm incredibly excited about. Our upcoming live event. Imagine a space filled with like-minded individuals, a community of learners and seekers just like you. That's what awaits you at our live event. We have carefully designed an experience that will guide you through various aspects of personal growth. From understanding your unique personality type to exploring the dynamics of human behavior and relationships. Here's a sneak peek of what you can expect. First, we will delve into the fascinating world of Enneagram, a powerful tool for self-discovery and personal development. You will learn about your core motivations, fears, and patterns of behavior, gaining a deeper understanding of what drives you and how you interact with the world. Next, we will explore the depths of human behavior through the lens of transactional analysis, a method pioneered by Dr. Eric Berne. You will discover how early childhood experiences shape our interactions and how they affect our relationships and communication styles. But that's not all. We have an incredible lineup of additional topics covering various facets of human psychology and behavior. You will gain insights into body language, persuasion, conflict resolution, hypnosis, neuro-linguistic programming, and effective communication, whether you're interested in personal growth, coaching, therapy, or simply expanding your knowledge. Our live event has something valuable to offer everyone. Now let's talk about who should attend. This event is perfect for those who are curious about themselves and human behavior. It is ideal for coaches, therapists, counselors, social workers, psychologists, teachers, trainers, and anyone looking to improve their communication skills or interpersonal relationships. If you want to understand yourself better, help others, or simply expand your knowledge, this event is for you. So what are you waiting for? Click the link below to secure your spot. Don't miss this opportunity to invest in your personal and professional growth. Join us at the live event and embark on a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. See you there. A relationship should never cost you your identity. The ones who truly thrive in love are those who learned first how to be whole on their own, who did not search for a partner to complete them but to complement the life they were already committed to building. You cannot build a healthy relationship with someone who does not see your inherent worth. So it's crucial to start seeing yourself as worthy. It's not about waiting for someone to validate your worth. It's about recognizing it within yourself. Remember, you are not defined by your mistakes, your past, or the opinions of others. You are a magnificent being full of potential and deserving of love. So the next time you catch yourself doubting your worthiness, challenge those thoughts. Ask yourself, is this belief serving me? Is it helping me create the kind of love life I desire? If the answer is no, then it's time to let go of that belief and replace it with something empowering. You might say, I am worthy of love just because I exist. My feelings are valid and important. I deserve to be treated with respect and kindness. I am capable of creating healthy and fulfilling relationships. Repeat these affirmations to yourself until you believe them with all your heart. And as you continue on this journey of self-discovery and healing, I encourage you to explore more of our content. We have a treasure trove of articles, videos, and audios that can support you on your path to personal growth and transformation. Just visit our website and immerse yourself in a world of wisdom and inspiration. Another common mistake is confusing chemistry with compatibility. That sudden spark, that irresistible pull you feel towards someone may not be true love at all. It may simply be the recognition of an old wound. Chaos feels familiar to many because it resembles the emotional environment in which they first learned about love. This is why so many people repeatedly choose partners who create drama, conflict, or inconsistency. It is not that they enjoy pain, but that their subconscious mind prefers what feels familiar, even if it is destructive. In today's video, we are going to explore the concept of familiarity in love and how our past experiences shape our perception of romance. We will delve into the psychology of why some people seek out partners who mistreat them and how to break free from this cycle by developing radical self-honesty. Additionally, we will discuss how to identify red flags in a relationship and how to spot signs of incompatibility early on. But before we dive into these topics, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you find our videos helpful and want to support us in bringing more content like this. Now let's get started. When we think of love, most of us picture a deep sense of connection, mutual respect, and affection. However, the reality is that love can sometimes be messy, complicated, and even painful. Some individuals find themselves repeatedly attracted to partners who mistreat them, cause drama, or exhibit red flags that should have been apparent from the start. This behavior may seem puzzling, but it can be explained by understanding the psychology behind why some people prefer toxic relationships. One of the reasons some people prefer toxic relationships is because of their past experiences. Our childhood experiences play a crucial role in shaping our perceptions of love and relationships. If you grew up in an unstable or unhealthy household, you may have become accustomed to the dysfunction and come to believe that it is normal. For example, if your parents were emotionally distant or neglected you, you may seek out partners who give you the same type of treatment. Similarly, if you experienced abuse or trauma in your early years, you may subconsciously look for partners who exhibit the same behaviors as your abuser. This can be a way of reliving the past or trying to fix the brokenness you felt as a child. Another reason is attachment styles. Attachment theory suggests that our early experiences with caregivers shape our attachment styles, which in turn affect our romantic relationships. If you have an anxious attachment style, you may constantly seek reassurance from your partner and feel uncomfortable with independence. On the other hand, if you have an avoidant attachment style, you may push people away to protect yourself from getting hurt and prefer to be in control. These attachment styles can lead you to gravitate towards partners who reinforce the negative beliefs you have about yourself and relationships. Moreover, some individuals may have a low self-worth or self-esteem. If you don't value yourself, you may not believe that you deserve love or happiness and settle for less than you deserve in your relationships. You may also have a tendency to blame yourself for any problems in the relationship and make excuses for your partner's bad behavior. Low self-worth can make you vulnerable to manipulation and exploitation by toxic partners who prey on your insecurities. Furthermore, some people may have a tendency to idealize their partners, meaning they put them on a pedestal and fail to see their flaws or make allowances for their mistakes. This can happen when you have a strong infatuation with someone and let your feelings cloud your judgment. When you idealize your partner, you may ignore red flags and make excuses for their harmful behavior, which can lead to a toxic or abusive relationship. Finally, some individuals may not have the emotional maturity to handle conflict or compromise in a relationship. This can lead to a breakdown in communication and an inability to work through differences, which can result in a toxic dynamic where both partners are constantly trying to one-up each other. So how can we break free from this cycle and avoid getting into toxic relationships? One way is by developing radical self-honesty. Radical self-honesty involves acknowledging and accepting your true feelings, thoughts, and experiences without judgment or denial. By facing your inner demons and embracing your vulnerabilities, you can gain a deeper understanding of yourself and what you need in a relationship. This can help you identify any negative thought patterns or beliefs you may have about yourself or relationships that are causing you to repeat the same destructive cycles. Another way to avoid toxic relationships is by educating yourself on the signs of incompatibility. Incompatibility refers to a lack of compatibility between two people in a relationship, which can lead to conflict, unhappiness, and ultimately the breakdown of the relationship. It is important to note that incompatibility is not always obvious and can sometimes develop over time. Therefore, it is essential to be aware of the potential red flags and warning signs that may indicate that someone is not right for you. Some examples of incompatibility include differing values, goals and lifestyles, poor communication, and unresolved conflicts. Here are some ways to tell if someone is not compatible with you. Values and goals. Compatibility is crucial when it comes to long-term relationships. If you have different core values or life goals, it can create significant conflicts and tension in the relationship. For example, if one partner values honesty and transparency while the other is secretive and evasive, it can lead to a breakdown in trust and emotional intimacy. Similarly, if you have different aspirations and goals for the future, it can create friction and resentment between partners. It is essential to assess your compatibility in terms of values and goals early on in the relationship to determine if there is a solid foundation for a lasting and fulfilling partnership. Communication styles. Effective communication is vital for healthy and happy relationships. If you and your partner have different communication styles, it can lead to misunderstandings, unresolved conflicts, and a breakdown in emotional intimacy. For example, if one partner is direct and assertive while the other is passive-aggressive, it can lead to confusion and frustration. It is essential to be aware of your communication styles and how they may be affecting your relationship. By improving your communication skills and learning to communicate effectively with your partner, you can foster better understanding and emotional connection. Conflict resolution. The way you and your partner handle conflicts can be a significant indicator of incompatibility. If you approach conflicts in destructive ways, such as through avoidance, criticism, or aggression, it can create a toxic and harmful environment in the relationship. Healthy conflict resolution involves compromise, empathy, and a willingness to find mutually beneficial solutions. If you and your partner struggle to resolve conflicts constructively, it may be a sign of incompatibility and a potential for future issues in the relationship. Lifestyle and interests. While it is not essential for couples to share all the same interests and hobbies, having too few commonalities can create a sense of disconnection and isolation in the relationship. Shared activities and interests can help couples bond and create lasting memories together. If you and your partner have very little in common and cannot find any middle ground, it may indicate a lack of compatibility and a potential for boredom or disengagement in the relationship. Trust and honesty. Trust and honesty are fundamental to any healthy and fulfilling relationship. If you and your partner have difficulty maintaining honesty and trustworthiness, it can create a sense of emotional instability and unreliability in the relationship. A lack of trust and honesty can also lead to jealousy, possessiveness, and other destructive behaviors. If you have concerns about your partner's trustworthiness or honesty, it is essential to address them openly and honestly to determine whether the relationship can be repaired or if it is best to move on. Shared laughter and enjoyment. Being able to laugh and enjoy each other's company is an important aspect of a fulfilling relationship. If you and your partner cannot make each other laugh or find joy in each other as presence, it may indicate a lack of compatibility and a potential for boredom or dissatisfaction in the relationship. Shared laughter and enjoyment are not only important for creating positive memories, but they are also a sign of emotional connection and intimacy. Emotional support and intimacy. Emotional support and intimacy are crucial for building trust and fostering a deep sense of connection in a relationship. If you and your partner struggle to provide emotional support or create a safe space for sharing your true selves, it may indicate a lack of compatibility and a potential for emotional disconnection in the relationship. Healthy couples are able to communicate their emotional needs effectively and show up for each other during both happy and difficult times. Personal growth and evolution. Compatibility can also be affected by personal growth and evolution over time. As you and your partner change and grow as individuals, your interests, goals, and values may also change, which can create new conflicts or challenges in the relationship. It is essential to be flexible and adaptable in your thinking and willing to compromise and grow together as a couple. If you and your partner are growing in different directions and cannot find common ground, it may be a sign of incompatibility and a potential for the relationship to run its course. Shared optimism and hope for the future. A positive outlook and shared optimism about the future are important for building a strong and resilient relationship. If you and your partner have different perspectives on the future or struggle to maintain a positive mindset, it may indicate a lack of compatibility and a potential for pessimism and negativity to take over the relationship. Couples who share a sense of optimism and hope for the future are more likely to be able to weather any storms that come their way and come out even stronger as a result. Mindset shift. If you recognize that your past experiences may be influencing your current relationship choices, you can begin to shift your mindset and challenge your negative thought patterns. This can involve seeking professional help through therapy or counseling to explore your past experiences and develop healthier coping mechanisms. Additionally, practicing mindfulness and self-reflection can help you become more aware of your emotions and thought patterns and how they affect your relationships. By being more mindful of your thoughts and emotions, you can make more conscious decisions about the kind of relationships you want to pursue. It is important to remember that everyone's journey is different, and there is no one-size-fits-all approach to finding love and happiness. However, by developing radical self-honesty, challenging negative thought patterns, and educating yourself on the signs of incompatibility, you can set yourself up for greater success in finding a fulfilling and lasting relationship. If you found this advice helpful, please let us know in the comments section below. We would love to hear your thoughts and experiences. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you haven't already. Hi everyone. Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in today. In this video, we're going to explore a very interesting topic. We often hear phrases like "you only love yourself," but what if the opposite is true? What if the secret to finding and keeping the one lies in loving someone else a little less? This might sound counterintuitive, but stick around. Today, we're diving deep into why letting go of needing someone can lead you straight to them. And this is part 2 of the series. Make sure to watch part 1 before watching this video. Imagine standing at a crossroads where one path leads to holding on tightly and the other to letting go. The choice can feel overwhelming, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. But what if the solution to your relationship problems isn't in the strength of your grip, but in the stillness of your open palm? What if loving someone a little less could actually bring them closer to you? Let's explore this paradoxical idea together. As humans, we have an innate desire for connection. We crave belonging, intimacy, and love. However, sometimes our yearning for these connections can lead us to make choices that ultimately cause more pain than joy. Enter the concept of mature love. Now, what do I mean by mature love? It's not the kind of love that poets sing about or Hollywood glorifies. It's a deeper, more profound bond that two whole individuals share. It is about two people choosing to walk beside each other without one stepping into the shadow of the other. When we dive into relationships, it's crucial to remember that love is not about losing yourself. Some mistakenly believe that true love means you should abandon your own needs, dreams, and values for your partner. This notion couldn't be further from the truth. Similarly, love is not about making someone else the sole source of your identity. Your sense of self should not hinge on whether you are in a relationship or not. In fact, mature love celebrates the wholeness of both individuals involved. It's about recognizing that you are complete on your own and that your partner is too. Love becomes the beautiful addition, the extra spice that enriches your life, not the main course that sustains it. Imagine being in a relationship where you've given up on your passions, your friendships, and even your personal care to cater to your partner's whims. You've convinced yourself that this is love, that this is what being selfless means. But here's the paradox. By doing so, you've sacrificed your own happiness for someone who doesn't prioritize yours. You've abandoned your core for someone who doesn't even see its value. If they did, they would understand that your light, your interests, and your dreams aren't things to dim or dismiss, but to celebrate and support. When you stop chasing external validation and start cherishing your own essence, you become a beacon. You radiate a confidence that attracts the right kind of attention, the kind that compliments, respects, and uplifts. Have you ever been in a situation where you felt like you had to ignore your gut feeling? Perhaps your intuition was telling you that something wasn't right, but you chose to ignore it. Maybe you stayed in a job that drained you, a friendship that burdened you, or a relationship that made you unhappy. Why? Because you were afraid of losing something. Afraid of being alone, afraid of missing out, or afraid of facing judgment. Whatever the reason, you abandoned your intuition, that inner compass that guides you to what's right for you. Here's the problem with that. Every time you choose to ignore your inner compass, you weaken it. It becomes harder to hear its voice. And over time, you lose touch with your truth. Imagine driving a car without a GPS or a compass. You might get lost, miss important turns, or end up in places you never intended to go. That's what happens when you ignore your intuition. You lose your direction. And it's not just about big, earth-shattering decisions. It's about the everyday choices too. Staying in a conversation that's making you uncomfortable, eating food that you know you don't like, or agreeing to plans that don't align with your energy. Each time you choose to stay, to eat, or to agree, you send a message to your intuition, a message that says, I am not listening to you. And guess what happens when you stop listening to your inner compass? You start attracting situations and people that don't serve you. You find yourself in relationships that drain you rather than expand you, jobs that use you rather than appreciate you, and environments that stifle you rather than inspire you. You are the architect of your reality. Your life experiences are not randomly thrown pebbles, but carefully crafted blocks in the building of your reality. Why do you keep experiencing the same type of dissatisfaction in different areas of your life? Why does love seem to elude you despite your best efforts? It's not because you're cursed, unlucky, or unworthy. It's because you haven't learned the most important lesson. That lesson is this: the right person won't complete you. They will complement you. Think about it. If you're incomplete without your partner, wouldn't that mean that they are as incomplete without you? Real love doesn't fill a void, it enhances a whole. It's not about seeking someone to make you happy, because true happiness comes from within. So why do you keep getting hurt? Why does love seem like a battlefield? Because you keep approaching it the wrong way. You are chasing after love, begging to be chosen, sacrificing your peace for passion. And you wonder why your relationships fail. It's because you're trying to fit a round peg in a square hole. You're forcing love into a shape that it doesn't have to be. Here's the paradox. Love is not a destination you reach by chasing it relentlessly. It's a journey you embark on when you stop chasing. When you choose yourself, love finds you because it has nowhere else to go. Here's another question for you. When is the right time to let someone go? It's not when you've exhausted all possibilities or despaired of finding happiness. It's when you realize that the only thing holding you back is you. You are clinging to a past that no longer serves you, a future that never materialized, or an idea of love that's more fantasy than reality. Letting go is not an easy choice, but it is the most empowering one. It's about recognizing that you deserve more than what you're currently getting, that you are worthy of love that doesn't come with conditions, respect that isn't hard to earn, and loyalty that isn't bought with constant reassurance. Letting go is not giving up on love. It's giving up on limited, conditional, and one-sided versions of it. It's about preserving your energy, your time, and your heart for something that reciprocates the best parts of you, not the parts you've had to diminish to fit into someone else's mold. And now for the final thought, forgiveness. It's not about condoning actions or forgetting pain. It's about setting yourself free. You cannot love someone from a place of resentment or bitterness. It's okay to acknowledge the hurt caused by others, but it is essential to understand that those who have hurt you only acted based on their own wounds. They were not there to destroy you. They were mirrors reflecting the parts of you that still needed healing. The first step towards loving someone is forgiving yourself. Forgive yourself for the times you stayed too long, ignored your inner voice, or accepted less than you deserved. When you do, you open the door to self-compassion. Self-compassion creates the soil for healthy love. You stop seeing yourself as the problem to be solved and start viewing your experiences as lessons to be learned. Remember, you are not broken. You are not cursed. You are not unworthy. You are a masterpiece in progress. And every experience, whether joyful or painful, is a stroke in the painting of your soul. Keep adding your colors, keep trusting the process, and keep believing in yourself. The love you seek is within you. It's always been there. You just needed to clear the canvas to see it. That brings us to the end of today's video. If you found insight in it, don't forget to leave a like and a comment below. Subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you back for the next video. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. And until we meet again in the next video, may you be blessed with love, light, and laughter.